Okay, since so many of you asked for this build video, here it is. Gonna go ahead and just start with the weapons. I started this game as a samurai because it seemed cool, and katanas are pretty awesome. I liked dexterity at the start of the game, and then I saw that this iteration of Soulsborne had some awesome spells, so I decided to go more into intellect. So once I got this Moon Veil, I saw that it scaled better with intelligence than with dexterity. The Moon Veil is actually found in the Gale Tunnel. Gotta kill a big magma worm for it. I mean, there's kind of a lot of bad, I'm gonna say, publicity behind Moon Veil, but that's just because of before a couple of patches ago, a bunch of PvPers would just spam the weapon art of Moon Veil, which is transient moonlight. It's a really nice weapon art. I don't use it that much. I try not to. It's definitely very strong, but I like that I can have intelligence on my melee weapons. The other is the Nagakiba, and you'll see that it's magic. So you can't. There's two types of weapons. There's boss weapons, and there's just, I guess, normal weapons that you can infuse with Ashes of War. So when you put on an Ash of War, you'll get a, I don't know how to call it, like damage type on the weapon along with like a special move. So because again, I like intelligence, I put a magic weapon type on this katana, and that scales the exact same that Moonveil does. This Nagakiba is actually longer than any other katana in the game, which is, I think, pretty useful. A little more reach. You have to complete Bloody Finger Hunter Yura's quest line at the Second Church of Marika. Yeah, I followed freaking Google for all these. So if you want to follow kind of what I have here, well, follow Google. And when I cast my spells, I actually use the Carrion Glintstone staff, and this staff is found on a corpse in Carrion Study Hall. This actually gives you an S scaling after I think you upgrade it to about 14, and it boosts your Carrion sorceries, which is pretty useful. As far as the helmet goes, I have this Hirodas Glintstone crown. It actually increases intelligence. I hit the X. Nope, not X. While I'm doing whatever the hell I'm doing, I should probably tell you that this is found in the Hermit Village in Mount Gelmir. It's to the northeast of the Craftsman's Shack. It increases intelligence, but it drops your FP a little bit, so I don't care. I think as far as the intelligence boosting helmets, this one looks the best, so that's why I've got it. As far as the armor goes, armor doesn't matter a whole lot, at least in my opinion. I think this one looks awesome. I got this from a Crucible Knight in Deeproot Depths, and this one's name was Crucible Knight Siluria. Girl, I don't know sexes. They have helmets on. Standing in front of a big tree in Deeproot Depths. Took me 2 tries to kill him. This is an awesome armor. It doesn't help me at all build-wise. It's just really cool and gives me a little more poise. If I was better at the game, it wouldn't matter what I wore if I never got hurt. And, you know, the arm and feet slots I don't think they matter, at least. These things just kind of match. You know, random things. My talismans, however, I like to jump attack a lot. So this claw talisman is very, very, very useful to me. You actually get this really early on in the game. It's from Stormvale Castle. There's a corpse in a watchtower that I got this off of. I jump attack a lot. If you've watched my content, you probably noticed that. I also spam attacks a lot. And actually, one of the cool features of this game is when you dual wield 2 of the same types of weapons, you get to do what's called power stancing. So if you hit, you know, for me, LB, because I'm using an Xbox controller, it gives you a different kind of move set. So when I hit LB, I attack twice, once with each katana. I also try and do it. I also spam it because I suck. I get hit a lot. But this enhances the final hit of a chain. I don't even know what they define as a chain. I should probably be able to read things, but I don't. but I attack a lot, so this is why I actually use this one.
This talisman is found at Castle Morn from the Behind the Castle Grace.
For me, intelligence is the most important stat, also with vigor, but as far as damage stats go, I think intelligence is more important for me. All of my weapons and stuff scale off of that. So the Stargazer Heirloom, pretty sure you have to finish Ronnie's questline. Nope, I'm wrong. After you finish the Carrion Study Hall, you're gonna flip it upside down. Spoilers. Then you go on top of this Divine Tower. There's a body up there that has this talisman on it. Good for intelligence builds. Now the other one, because my katanas don't scale super well with dexterity, this is like minimal damage increase for me. You get this fun little side quest in Caelid. There's a guy named Gowry. Gowry and Millicent, 2 NPCs. Again, look up the quest lines. You can finish those like that. If I was better at the game, which probably tell him not. If I was better at the game, I would use one of these, the Scar Seal or the Sword Seal. These increase your attributes by, it looks like 5. This one increases your attributes by 5, but I think you take 8% more damage. Because I get hit a lot because I'm terrible and I'm not patient, this just punish the crap out of me. But again, if I was better, I might use one of these two. I used to use the Turtle Talisman a lot because I spam attacks a lot, I lose stamina quicker, and this kind of gives you a bit of a boost back to that. But I guess I'm just kind of set in my ways with the Dexterity Heirloom. I use a bow here and there, just to do random stuff. So, these are just for random stuff there. As far as my Wondrous Flask goes, I boost magic attacks and I negate damage. Usually, if you don't know what the Wondrous Physic Flask does, you get these things called tiers, and they all have a little bit of effects, and you can just like mix them, and it's like a one-time use before until you rest. Mostly, what I use is I get to increase max HP, and I do the magic attack boost. But depending on what the boss is or what the fight calls for, this negates damage received tier is really good. It's a one hit thing, but if you can dodge all the smaller hits and the big hit you can't dodge, it won't hurt you that much. So that's kind of nice to have. So yep, there's the build. Samurai, Spellblade Samurai. That's what I would probably define myself as. Oh yeah, my spells. Idiot. So Glintstone Pebble. You've seen Glintstone Pebble before. It's this one. It's awesome. It's very low cost. It does a decent amount of damage. Loretta's Great Bow, you've seen that too. I shoot it. It's really good for like long distance engagements. One you might not see a lot, it's good for AoE clears, is the Greatsword. And again, because I have the Carrion Staff, it increases the Carrion spells. Greatsword is great for like AoE cleaves. This thing is awesome. It's a little too slow for my liking, but it's good with like really crappy field mobs or whatever. So yep, there you go. And in fact, I will say there is a Moonveil build on Fextra Life. I'm not sure I agree with it completely because it has you using this talisman. Basically, like if you knock poise off off somebody or you give them a critical hit from behind, you'll get FP back. And at least in late game, you're not breaking boss poise that often, or at least I'm not. Maybe I'm just terrible. So like this will keep your FP up a lot, but again, I don't want to spam the Transient Moonlight. And again, Transient Moonlight is it's this. It's a good attack, don't get me wrong, but I think it makes the game a little easier. So I only use it for when a boss is being super cheap with me, I'll be cheap right back. That's what I use. But I don't agree with that talisman specifically. I just think that there's better things you can use. I've been having pretty good success with these. So here you go.